Hi. Savonlinna, the city and municipality in Savo in East Finland, earlier in the Näslotski county of the Vyborg province. The city and municipality is located in east part of the historic area of Savo, on islands of lakes of the same water system. History. Until the end of the 13th century, the territory of the city was a part of possession of Mr. of Veliki Novgorod, then has been won by Swedes. Savonlinna, one of the most ancient settlements in Finland. The history of the city is closely connected with Olavinen's fortress. In Swedish Olafsburg, in honor of Saint Olaf, the Konung Baptist of Norway. Constructed in 1475 by Erik Axelsson Toth. It has been put by Swedes in 1475 in Newslet. The new lock is called. Then around fortress there was a settlement of the same name. In the Russian documents the subsequent renaming was not reflected, and fortress up to the 19th century, Näslot, still called. In 1534 Olavinna becomes the center of the province of Savo, and in it large-scale works on updating of strengthenings are carried out. In 1639 Newslet has acquired the rights of the city. During Northern War on July 29, 1714 Newslet after a 6-week siege has been taken by the Russian troops. However, under the terms of the Nystatsky World in 1721 it was returned to Sweden. Since 1723 the city during the Russian-Swedish War of 1741-1743, on August 7, 1742, the city has been taken by the Russian troops again. In 1743 the Oboski peace, on which fortress has departed to Russia together with the southern part of the region of Savo, Old Finland, has been made. The returned territories have been attached to the Vyborg province, which became the Vyborg province, having allocated from the St. Petersburg province. In the Russian Empire the city stayed under the name Näslot. In 1788, during the Russian-Swedish War of 1788-1790, has sustained a siege of the Swedish troops. In July 1788 the 36,000 Swedish army headed by the King Gustav III has crossed the Russian border in Finland. In the first days of war Swedes have besieged the fortress of Näslot. Gustav III has sent the ultimatum to the commandant of fortress, one-armed Major Kuzmin, in whom demanded to open immediately Surf Gate and to let in Swedes. The major has answered it to the king. I without hand also cannot open a collar, let its majesty himself will work. The Näslot garrison made only 230 people, however during all war Swedes have not managed to take Näslot, have only plundered poor and low-populated vicinities. The Empress Ekaterina has derided this attack in the comic opera Korbogatar Kosametovich. In this regard Catherine II wrote Grigory Potyomkin. On today firing Swedes have gone to Näslot to plunder the Näslotski county. I ask you what there can be plundered. And 2 Swedes. Gustav ordered to tell the troops in Finland that he intends to accede by affairs both to Dull Gustav Adolphus and to graduate from Karl XII's enterprises. The last can come true, this Poneza of the beginning's ruin of Sweden. After the end of war in the 1790th years, the lock has undergone reconstruction within the grandiose project on strengthening of northwest approaches directed by a 5. Suvorov 2 Street, Petersburg. At the time to it from the most threatened parties stone bastions have been attached. Further, the lock was not involved in fighting. The Lieutenant General Vasily Ivanovich Brozin was Nayshlot's commandant during the period from December 26, 1800 to February 8, 1802. After the following Russian-Swedish War of 1808-1809, which became the last war between Russia and Sweden, Nayshlot has appeared in the deep back and has finally lost the military value. In 1811, Nayshlot together with all Vyborg province has been attached to the Grand Duchy Finnish, where a consequence was a part of the Sankt Michalski province. In July 1812, during the fire in the city, 19 houses have been destroyed. In 1847, Olafsburg has been eliminated fortresses. Several years tried to use the lock as prison, but for this purpose it was inconvenient. As a result, in the 19th century it was transferred to the city authorities, which have restored it and have turned into a tourist object. In 1903-1904, Nayshlot was visited by the famous Russian photographer S.M. Prokudin-Gorsky, who has made several pictures of the city and fortress. In 1909, 2852 inhabitants lived in Nayshlota. From 1912, 4359 inhabitants lived in the city, and there were Lutheran also Orthodox churches, 4 educational institutions with 676 pupils, including 1 men's lyceum and women's school of average type. Since the end of 1917, as a part of independent Finland. In the years of Winter War and the subsequent Soviet-Finnish War, the city was exposed to the Soviet bombings. At the end of Winter War, on March 1, 1940, during raids of the Soviet aircraft, the cathedral has been strongly damaged. In 1973, Saiminki's community has been abolished, and its main part has been united with Savonlinna. In 2009, Savonlinna's municipality has united with Savonlinna. For 2018, the population of the city makes 31823 people. The population is engaged mainly in services sector and on transport. The main language is Finnish. The initiative of 6 municipalities, Tokmajärvi, Imatra, Lappeenranta, Pumola, Mikkeli and Savonlinna, petitioning for the 5-year project within which at schools of these municipalities it would be possible to replace studying of Swedish with studying of Russian, since the 7th class has not found full approval in the government. Education. In the city there is one of the art gymnasiums, best in Finland, the Art Gymnasium of Savonlinna. The railroad Savonlinna has connected with Kuopio, Pieksämäki, Lappeenranta, Helsinki. Highways also with Mikkeli and Joensa. Now, approximately since 2010, through traffic to Pieksämäki, according to Kuopio, is stopped in connection with decommissioning of the site of a way Savonlinna, Pieksämäki. Navigation on lakes of the same system. In 15 km to the north from the downtown along Inankaskentai Road there is an airport. Sites. Savonlinna, the resort. On the island near Savonlinna, the medieval Swedish fortress of Olavinlinna. St. Olaf's Fortress, 1475, is located, where annually Since 1912, the International Opera Festival is held. In the neighborhood of Savonlinna there is one of the world's largest wooden churches, in Kermiaki, and also the Museum of the Wood of Lusto and Ritretti Art Center, in Pankakeriu, and the estate Rakolina. Famous people: Eric Laxman, 1737-1796. Is the Russian scientist and the traveler of the Swedish origin. The chemist, the botanist, the geographer, was born in Savonlinna. Pavel Harju, the music band created in 2001. Fyodor Ivanovich American Tolstoy, Count American Tolstoy. The Emperor Alexander I has prohibited entry into the capital, therefore directly at a city outpost of American Tolstoy have arrested and have sent to a guardroom, and after to service in the fortress of Nashlat. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.